Peter here, aka Peter Freakout 10, and it's time for another update. Alright. Now, before I start, I just want to say, if you guys are asking why are you wearing the same shirt as the video that is coming up, the Robocop review, you guys will see that I'm wearing the same shirt. Well, I recorded that video on the same day that I recorded this, so keep that in mind, and don't get all like, oh, why are you wearing the same shirt? I know, it's just people ask dumb questions. Not to say that you're a dumb person, I just get really, really annoyed when people ask that. No offense. But, moving on, getting into the update, right now it's a small update, much like last time, but I have some other stuff coming in the mail that I really want to get, and we'll talk about those another time. But right now I have 2 VHS tapes and 5 DVDs that was looking to pick up. But without further ado, let's get into it. Now, the first one that I got was a film that is a DreamWorks film. You guys know I'm starting to like DreamWorks. And I really want to review a few DreamWorks films here and there. Like review one time and then wait to review another. Because I like to wait for specific times to review films and whatnot. But still, this is one that I definitely want to review. I was originally going to do this as like a summer movie review. One of the films that I was actually going to review. This was going to be one of them. But as you guys know, a lot was going on this summer and I never got around to it. But now that I have this film, I can now like see when is the perfect time to do it. Well, I could do it any time, but I can wait for the perfect time and actually have it here to watch it. And I'm going to have to wait on that because there are a few other DreamWorks films I want to talk about first in order, like Ants, Prince of Egypt, Road to El Dorado. I mean, I've already talked about Spirit, but this one comes after that one. If you're just wondering, that film is none other than Sinbad and the Legend of the Seven Seas, or Legend of the Seven Seas, but yeah. I thought this film looked really interesting. I like the cast here. Brad Pitt, Catherine Zeta-Jones from that god-awful Haunting movie, Michelle Pfeiffer, Ray Fiennes' brother, Joseph, who Ray Fiennes was actually in Prince of Egypt, but definitely gotta try that film out, tell you guys what I think of it. Definitely looks interesting. The next one that I got, this was one that I actually wanted to check out after my good friend, Jurassic Godzilla fan, aka Kyle, did a review on it and said how much he liked it. And I thought the film looked really interesting, and I was pushed even further by another reviewer, Rambo Raft for Life, who also likes the film and said this is one of Arnold's best. So, definitely gotta take a look at the film, and that film is none other than Eraser. This is a film that was directed by Chuck Russell, surprisingly, or Charles Russell. This is the same guy who directed The Blob and The Mask, which is actually surprising that he directed both The Mask and this film after he did The Blob, which is like one of the goriest films ever made. But I want to give this film a look. I thought it looked interesting, and I always remember the crocodile scene even though I just looked at the film, but now I'm starting to remember the crocodile scene, which I always think of when I think about this film now. And definitely going to take a look at this film and tell you guys what I think of it. Definitely excited to check it out, seeing from what I've heard from people. But that's the 2 VHS tapes I got. Now on to the 5 DVDs. As you guys know, I have a Robocop review coming. Well, here's Robocop 2. This is a film that came out, I think 4 years, from 1990, I think. 3 years, actually, 3 years. Yeah, 1990. Take that back, yeah. But I remember very little about this film. I remember not caring for it as much as at first, but since then, his opinion changed, because I saw a few clips of it, and I have to admit, I'm starting to grow a lot more respect for the film, especially after seeing a few people review it who say how much they like the film. But definitely going to take a look at this film and tell you guys what I think of it, and definitely excited to check it out after all these years, but yeah. And the next film I got is a film with Bruce Willis. You guys know I have a review of Last Boy Scout coming next weekend, but I decided to review this film first, and this is one that, this was coming off Die Hard 2, and this is the film that Bruce Willis eagerly wanted to do. However, this film turned into a colossal failure because it was so hyped up and it just didn't turn out the way they wanted it, and it failed miserably. And I think that Bruce Willis himself kind of feels bad for the film. He's very nice about it, though. He's not like, oh, it should have done better. He isn't like, oh, the movie sucks, it was a miserable time. But that is Hudson Hawk. I thought this film looked really interesting. Bruce Willis, Richard E. Grant, Sandra Bernard, Donald Burden, and James Coburn, and you actually have the guy that's going to play Leatherface in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake. Go check that film out in October. He has a quick role in this, so wanted to give this film a shot. I thought it looked interesting. I actually looked at OCP Communications review of it, and he seemed to enjoy it. He seemed to enjoy the film. I mean, he seemed to enjoy like the first 5 minutes because he saw a little of it, but growing up, he saw very, very little of it, but he seems to enjoy it, but definitely take a look at that. And the next one I got was a sequel, even though I don't have the original, but I want to start collecting these films. I'm not going to watch this because I want to see the original first, but that is The Road Warrior. I'm mincing my words, but this is one that I keep hearing awesome things about. I know a lot of people love this franchise. I mean, I bought it thinking that it was the first one, but really enough, it's actually the sequel. But definitely gonna take a look at this film after I see like the first one, tell you guys what I think of it, and I'll review the first one too. And the next one I got is an addition to the Roland Emmerich collection. I mean, I thought this film looked interesting. Heath Ledger's in it. Mel Gibson's in it. And that is The Patriot. As I said, it was directed by Roland Emmerich. Dean Devlin produced it. It's not written by Dean Devlin, though. It's actually Robert Rodat. So, definitely got to take a look at that film, tell you guys what I think of it. And, yeah. And the last film I got, this is one that I've been searching for a long time. And this is one that I wanted to check out after so many people have said how much they liked it. And that is Big Trouble in Little China. I've never seen this film before. I've heard so many people like this film. I like Kurt Russell. Kim Cattrall's in it, which I didn't know until now. But definitely seems like an interesting film. Definitely excited to check it out. But yeah. So that's my update. I have some more stuff coming in the mail, as I said. And be sure to tell me if you guys have seen these films, if you like any of them. And be sure to take a look at the Robocop review coming soon. But anyway, I'll see you guys later. Be sure to rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. I review a Bad Boys 2 coming, and I'll tell you guys what I think of that film. Bye-bye.